Disambiguation, for the pro wrestler who also went by this name, see Ron Killings. Pretty Ricky is an American R&B hip-hop group originated from Miami, Florida. Pretty Ricky originally consisted of four brothers, Baby Blue, Spectacular, Slickum, and Pleasure P. They have had numerous success with singles such as Grind With Me, and On the Hotline with albums such as Late Night Special, and Bluestars. Pleasure P left the group in 2007 to embark on a solo career. Since then, Pretty Ricky has replaced the lead singer numerous times. Since 2015, Pleasure P has reunited with the group, releasing their latest single Puddles. Music career. Music beginnings. In 1997, while performing together in Miami, Florida, Pretty Ricky was signed to Bluestar Entertainment by CEO Joseph Blue Smith. Joseph Smith is the father of the original four members, but only Spectacular and Baby Blue have the same mother. According to a 1999 story in the Miami Herald, the brothers were originally called Pretty Ricky and the Mavericks, until the country group the Mavericks objected, and the brothers decided why endings are more masculine than that is. 2004-05, Bluestars. In 2004, Pretty Ricky released their first single Grind With Me. It went on to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 7. It also went on to be certified platinum by the RIAA. The single made its way to popularity on Power 96 shortly after it was first played during Love Hour program. The station's program director, Tony the Tiger, afterwards sent the single to Craig Coleman, co-chairman and also chief operating officer of Atlantic Records. Upon his arrival in Florida by December, he was amazed by the commotion the band had ignited at a Martin Luther King, Jr. parade in Hallandale. It was complete pandemonium, Coleman stated. Hundreds and hundreds of screaming, shrieking girls basically stormed the stage and bum-rushed the guys as they came off, chasing them down the field, jumping on the van, trying to climb on the van. Invited by Coleman to have an audition with Ira Wolf looking on in his hotel room at Lowe's Miami Beach, Pretty Ricky was offered a record deal on the spot. On May 17, 2005, Pretty Ricky released their debut album entitled Bluestars. It debuted at number 16 on the Billboard 200 album chart, selling 56,000 copies in the first week. Within several months, Bluestars was certified gold by RIAA. On June 15, 2005, Pretty Ricky released their second single from the album entitled Your Body. It went on to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 12. In the summer of 2005, the group toured with fellow artist American, Bow Wow, Chris Brown, Bobby Five, and other acts in the Scream Tour 4 concert series. 2006-07, Pleasure P's departure and Late Night Special. On November 9, 2006, Pretty Ricky released their first single entitled On the Hotline from their sophomore album. It went on to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 97. It also went on to be certified platinum by the RIAA. On January 23, 2007, Pretty Ricky released their second album entitled Late Night Special. It sold over 132,000 copies in the first week, topping the Billboard 200 album charts. In March 2007, Pretty Ricky released their second single entitled Push It Baby, featuring reggae artist Sean Paul. In 2007, after the release of Late Night Special, the group's lead vocalist at the time, Pleasure P, exited the group. The group later revealed in a statement posted to their website. "We did kick him out of the group, he did not leave on his own free will." Pleasure P moved on to begin a successful solo career. He was replaced by up-and-coming singer 4Play, who wrote most of Pretty Ricky's songs. 2008, 4Play's arrival, departure and 80s Babies. In 2008, after replacing lead vocalist Pleasure P with upcoming singer 4Play, Pretty Ricky started working on a new album entitled 80s Babies. 80s Babies' release date was due for October 14, 2008, but due to leaking and creative differences amongst the members, Pretty Ricky shelved the album, and new lead vocalist 4Play disbanded from the group the following year. 2009, Lingerie's arrival and Pretty Ricky. In 2009, after replacing lead vocalist 4Play with upcoming singer Lingerie. On August 26, 2009 it was announced that Pretty Ricky had departed from Atlantic Records and had signed with independent Atlanta-based record company Big Cat Records, and their new album was entitled Pretty Ricky. On November 17, 2009, Pretty Ricky released their self-titled third album. Pretty Ricky debuted at number 97 on the Billboard 200 album chart, selling over 10,000 copies in the first week. Only 2 singles were released from the album, Tipsy and Say a Command. 2010-2011, Lingerie's departure, Mixed Ups and Bluestars 2 On July 27, 2010, Pretty Ricky released their single entitled Cookie Cutter. On August 10, 2010 Pretty Ricky released an extended play entitled Topless. On December 27, 2010 during an interview Pretty Ricky announced that they are currently working on their 4th album and it would be entitled Bluestars 2, which would be a sequel to their critically acclaimed album Bluestars. On August 12, 2011, Pretty Ricky released a mixtape entitled Sex Music Volume 1, Streets and the Sheets. 2015 present, Pleasure P's return and TBA album after a 3-year hiatus. On February 16, 2015, Pretty Ricky released a new single entitled Puddles. The single also marked the return of former lead vocalist Pleasure P to the group. Puddles has been the most requested song on South Florida's major radio station, 99JAMZ, in the days following its release. On February 25, 2015, during an interview Pretty Ricky announced that they were working on a new album and they would be releasing it on their newly founded record label Pretty Ricky Records. In April of 2015 Pretty Ricky toured Europe, performing at Manchester Academy and KOKO. Although Pleasure P was not in attendance, Pretty Ricky sold out every show as the headlining act. J. Long reunited with his bandmates to join the tour in place of Pleasure P. Discography Studio albums EPs mixtapes singles References External links What They Call http www.allmusic.com They Call mmw000037385 Official website